Hi everyone and a warm welcome. Today I would like to kickstart a new video series on the creational process of my bachelor thesis, which is required for the final exam mid of this year at the end of the 6th semester for my studies of digital business and software engineering at the MCI in Innsbruck. Apparently I am now almost at the end of the 5th semester, so we have still 2 weeks to go until the final exams. Then there is the semester break, and then I would say the real work is starting off. I decided to do this video series simply because I would like to have something for myself in retrospect when this whole project is hopefully finished by mid of this year. But on the other hand, also to motivate you out there to exchange ideas, tips and tricks, and also experiences with you, because I think this is also a very important thing in life, to learn and to grow together. So where do we start? I will give you today a brief overview about the topic itself, and the next time I will talk about the pitching template, which we have had to hand in last year in November, which is required by the MCI as part of a formal approval process if the topic you would like to address is worth a bachelor thesis. So there, in that pitching template, I already listed some reference papers of already existing research and gave the whole idea a little bit of a context, so to say. So today I will talk about the topic itself, but just briefly, because I think that the process on how I got to this topic is a little bit more interesting than already to go into too much details, especially also that a lot of the details still need to be worked out. I think that's part of such a research process to work on these topics. Let's say how I came to this topic, and for this I need to go some years back, because when I started my studies I was almost sure that I will do a bachelor thesis either in the area of IT security or in the area of artificial intelligence, machine learning, because when I started my studies I wanted also to do something new which is outside of my work. Basically I am a software engineer, a full-time software engineer, so the studies I'm doing are almost all online lectures in the evenings, with the exception that we have to be on site for our exams. So I thought that I always saw the studies a little bit as some opportunity to break out of the daily business and to broaden the view and gain experiences in, at that time, not that well-known topics to myself. But the further I progressed during my studies, I thought that why not take the existing knowledge I have, add something I learned during the studies on top of it, and try to solve a real-world problem. And that basically was the reason why I chose to build on top of my existing knowledge I have for databases. In that case, get experience with graph databases. On the problem side, I thought that user interfaces was 20 years ago a cumbersome task and is still a cumbersome task to implement. So why not try to enrich a graph database with, I will show you the topic, so enriching a graph database with concepts from the domain-driven design in order to derive graphical user interfaces. As part of the research for the pitching template, I found already some very nice papers, especially on model-based graphical user interface generation. There is a lot of stuff out there, especially on literature regarding domain-driven design, and I simply like the concept of a graph database because it feels more natural in the whole modeling process of the entities than it is in the classical RDBMS side. So I'm quite sure that this will be quite an interesting time, quite a tough time as well, but desperate times require desperate measures. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I hope you will join me on this path. Take care. See you next time.